Hello everybody and welcome back to Calmston Farm. So you just joined me here admiring my new Heston Baler. This is a new mod that literally just come out the day that I'm recording this, and it's ace. Now the reason why I swapped it out, mine was getting a little bit battered, but normally you wouldn't swap it out for that. I really wanted a baler with a silage additive tank. Now the Heston Baler that I had didn't have one, couldn't put one on. This new one, look what it's got. It's got a silage additive tank on the back, which means our silage bales are going to be so much better. More money. Now, it did cost me a little bit more. By the time I sold my other one, repaired it, got this one. Yeah, the money did drop a little bit, but well worth it. Speaking of things that are well worth it, then I have added this shed in here. It's an auto-loading shed. If you watched any of my Let's Plays, you would have seen this shed. It shouldn't have deer in it. It's an auto-loading shed then, just somewhere that I can put me eggs and wool. We can't put bales, we can put pretty much anything in here. But I want somewhere to store them. Like I said, it shouldn't have the deer in there, but it's, yeah, the deer's in there. Somewhere so I can store me eggs and wool for a better price day. Keeping on with new things then, these are new to the farm. Somewhere to fill up my seeds and liquid fertilizer, solid fertilizer, lime and all that. You're probably thinking, well, I had that thing round the corner from 82 Studio. What happened? Well, I bought myself a new lime spreader. This is it right in front of me. This thing has quite a nice, steady application rate. Perfect for lime. 12-meter width. We're going to be seeing that in action very soon. And I got myself one of these. Now, yes, I know I've gone through quite a few seed tenders. Like people go out through, go through old t-shirts. I keep swapping them. I just couldn't seem to find one that I liked. It seemed to work for me. This one. This is it. This is the beast. 2 compartments on the side, and as you can see, it's got a fill pipe that actually bends. So no more sticking through the back window screen of the tractor. This thing is awesome. Now, I have slightly tweaked it, the modifications myself. So it's not quite standard what you get if you download it from the mod hub. Trying to squeeze down here, but I'm too fat to fit down here. I keep climbing the wall. I've got seeds in the back, as you can see through the little windows there, and fertilizer in the front. Now, this thing will do multiple things in it. You can put different crops in it. You can put a load of different things in it. I have slightly changed it, so this one will only accept seed in the back, fertilizer in the front, because that's all I need it for. And I've changed its capacities, so 20,000 litres of seed in the back. Don't need much seed. And 100,000 of fertilizer. Now that did give the bank balance a bit of a hit when filling that thing up. But I had to, I mean the thing is, it works great. You can then swap the pipe across the 2 different compartments, so that works better in the field. And that's why I've got the 2 new seed and fertilizer little buy points. Because the 82 Studio one wouldn't recognize the 2 different compartments in here. You fill the seed up fine. Move, forward to fill up the front compartment. And it wouldn't recognize it. It thinks, oh, well, you want more seed, but it's full. Can't give me any more seed. Couldn't do nothing about that. I had to get the 2 separate, buy points around the corner, which I've just shown you. So that's everything new. You've seen the fuel tank. That's all filled up, ready to go. Let's put this thing in action and do some liming. So I'm here with my trusted JCB and my new lime spreader. Now we're in Jimmy's field here, and you're probably thinking, well, hang on a minute. We harvested the sorghum last time, but off camera, I've gone and put a canola crop in here, which is why it looks a little bit different. So you can see on the map here, this is the field that we're in. It looks okay, but it's slightly off where it should be. I've done the grass field because that's going to be cut in the next month. It's just one stage away from being perfect grass. As you can see, just slightly off this one, so we need to tackle it. So the work is all set up. Let's see how we get on with this then. So we're going to set it on course play. We're going to activate this. We'll back away a little bit so you can see it's not too loud. So a 12-meter spread. It's not the biggest in the world, but then it's the application rate. It's got a good application rate. Now, I said in the last episode that I wasn't 100% sure on like the stages. Like precision farming, there's a lot of different things you do in a lot of stages, and I'm not 100% sure when lime should be done. After doing a little bit of research, it turns out that lime should be the first thing you do. So you would harvest it, then you lime it, And then when you come to plant, it pushes the lime and everything down, all that goodness down into the soil, which makes perfect sense. This is just going to lie on top, but it's still, in the game, it's still working. So as you can see, it's not getting through. We're still at 99%. It's not getting through a lot, which is, for my bank balance, godsend. You can see it's doing its job. It's putting a little bit down. It's set at the minute. The application rate is set at 4.38 ton per hectare. Now it's hit a bit of a bad patch of soil. So it's now gone up to 7.01 ton per hectare. So, you know, in certain places, it is going to be throwing down a lot more. But it's not absolutely rushing through. And you can see just to the left, the grass field's been done. You can see, it's lying on top. Probably not how it should be. But at least I'm aware of it now. So next time, when we harvest or when we cut grass, we can go and put things straight on. Put the lime straight on and then plant on it. That's the best way to do this. So let's sit back and watch this guy get on a bit. Spread some lime. The field's all finished and it's looking good. Now, I've got to admit, that didn't use as much lime as I thought it was going to. This thing really is good. If you want to spread lime, this is the tool you need. I'll put a link to this mod in the description. You can find it on the mod hub. It is awesome. 70% still left in it. It's done all this big field. Now, you might see a couple of little patches missed there, but it's not actually missed. Detected it didn't really need to do anything on there. You can look on the map, see everything looks fine, it's perfect, it's covered it all on here, so we don't need to worry about that. There was a couple of little bits that it did miss over that far corner there that I did actually just go over and just cover them up a little bit, but everything on here is perfect now, so we can jump out and have a look. Turn that off because it's a bit loud. So it says at the bottom there, everything for precision farming now is perfect with this field. The nitrogen's perfect, pH perfect. This now can just chill out and grow. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to send this, which is, it's a bit filthy. I'm going to send this across and get the worker to start tackling field 18 for us, which is the oats. That needs a good hit of lime. So we might need to top it up. We'll send it over there. We'll let it get started. So I've hit a bit of a dilemma and I'm kind of not sure. I've been thinking off camera what to actually do. So I said that I'm just going to swap my baler for another Heston Baler, but this one's a new one which just come out and it's got a silage additive tank on, which means the silage bales and the grass bales are going to be a lot better. Also, from what we've heard, it does also put silage additive into these, which I've never heard before. It doesn't do it on the hay, does it on the straw, silage and grass, so you're going to get an extra bonus in them. Now, the one issue I have spotted, and I'm not sure exactly which is right, baler that I did have, which is produced these, which we see in front, these are big monsters. Now, the one which is the new one just sat around the corner, that doesn't do the same size bales. Now, the trailer does also load them, the wrapper works and everything, but obviously they're not going to match up with this, which means the ratio that I've got in my mixer to put 2 bags of that in and so many silage, so many hay, so many straw, it's not going to work. Now, it will still work. It just means I'm going to literally have to, on the spot, do the ratio. So the dilemma is, what do I do? Do I get rid of the new baler, go back to the old one which did these bales? Or do I just go and run all of these bales here and make up a lot of TMR for the cows and just go put it in the silo and start then from scratch with new bales from the baler, at the new baler. Is that the thing to do? Oh, it's a tough decision. So while I'm thinking of that then of what to do here, the worker is just putting lime on the oat field. You can see we've just done one pass around. It's looking a lot better. Now I'm hoping it should get through most of this. I'm not holding out much hope it's going to do it all with the lime what's in there. I think we're going to have to do some topping up. But you never know actually. Which is going to run out first? The lime or the fuel? I've noticed we're already just above half a tank of fuel. Either way, we have all the kit now to be able to sort this out in the field. Lime and a fuel trailer. Let's just see what happens. So looking on here, then you can see that, yeah, it's looking good. It is starting to lift the pH up to the sort of the correct levels, so it's getting a lot better. So we should have a nice outcome of oats on there. So the reason why we do this then, if you're kind of wondering, is if we go and have a look across on soil types, you can see here, it needs to tweak this. Now at the minute, it's not going to update straight away, but this, the higher we get over here, as you can see these ones we've done here, look at this, 98. That's pretty much perfect. 94 on Jimmy's field. The grass field there, 62. Again, it's a little bit low, but it's not updated yet. That field's perfect now. It just hasn't gone and updated the scores there. So the higher scores we get on our fields, the better overall when we come to sell crops. You get a higher environmental score. You might have seen it pop up saying, I've just made 100,000, for example, and then maybe 2,500 environmental score. That's all this here. That big score there you can see in the bottom left. Environmental score, the whole farm at the minute is at 70. I think we need to stay above 50 to actually get a reward. So we're doing all right, but things are picking up, which is what we're doing now with lime and fertilizer. So the worker is all done in both fields of lime. Look at the state of that. Wow, that needs a wash. So we just have a quick look then. I'm quite impressed actually. It just shows this thing is a good bit of kit for lime. So we did Jimmy's field and we did field 18. And I've still got 26%, 3,167 litres of lime left. When we first started, we used that big 42-metre spreader. And that just chewed through. And all we did was a little sheep pasture area. And it was just chewed through it. So this is definitely a good one. I'd highly recommend this if you want this on your farm. Something to spread lime which isn't too thirsty. Get yourself one of these. So just drop the lime spreader back where it goes, where it belongs. Just going to nip around here now and just put some fuel in this thing just to fill it up ready for tomorrow. Fill it up there nice and quick, nice and cheap. What we spend on the fuel? £517. Not too bad. So we can go park this up now. We'll actually park it round here. We'll get it ready for the lawnmowers tomorrow. We can't quite do that just yet. So we are all hooked up to the mowers ready for tomorrow. So I'll just give you a little update on the bale situation. I've had to buy a new thing. This noisy thing here. But in here though, it's looking a lot better. If we're going to have a look. It's, yeah, it's completely empty. Completely empty. Let's just go back up this corner a little bit here now. Oh, JCB's there. So everything in here then, pretty much a lot of the straw, a lot of the hay and a lot of the silage has gone into that thing outside which is a bit noisy. That thing is called a TMR mixer, and what it does, it mixes the ingredients. So like I was doing in the trailered version of the mixer, I was mixing everything up in there, but I had to remember in my head the ratio, so this many bales and that many straw and that many silage, otherwise it'll be out of sync. That thing, you just dump a load of bales in and it just makes the perfect mixture. So you dump everything in. I'll show you the menu option. So it comes under a production, so you can see it's the total mixed ration there, it's running, and you can see it's got all the recipe inputs there. So 3,000 hay, 3,000 silage, 1,000 straw, 100 mineral, and it gives out 7,100 total mixed ration. Now, You can see you can put in 250,000 litres of hay, silage and straw and 25,000 mineral, and it will give me basically 1 million storage of TMR. So as you can see, it's just working its way up. So it is just a glorified big mixer. Now, them figures there are slightly different from the one you will get of this version, like on Mod Hub. The only reason is I know I wanted to have a bit more storage. I think they're all set at 100,000, and it's the same with the TMR. Well, I wanted to have a bit more room because one thing I found out, and you'll see if I go turn the lights off in here, it's a little bit noisy when we get close to this thing. Noisy old thing. I did start making a mix, and it's there. The only problem is it's got to stay in there because the silos, this thing here and the one by the cow pasture, they don't take TMR on this map. So unless I spend a silly amount of money and put down a multi-fruit silo, well, I haven't really got an option. So where I thought, you know what, that's cheaper, 25,000 that was for that mixer, and it's just working away. As you can see, looking at the little figures on it, I'll show you, but it's a little bit loud. You see, so it's got all the mixtures there going here, and it's just mixing it up. Got a picture of cows, just in case you weren't sure. And then spout there, you just put a trailer underneath, and I put it there purely because when the doors open, you'll be able to sort of get a trailer under there, no problem at all. So it's sort of a glorified silo, but it mixes it all for me. Great. It just seems a perfect solution. Nice and cheap, a lot cheaper than a silo. I just thought that was the best option. So we still use this, because this will obviously hold 100,000 litres, and we'll then use this to transport it across to the cow pasture because it gives a nice output. So that's the solution for now. And you're probably thinking, well, hang on, all them bales surely wouldn't have fitted in there. No, you are correct. So I have had to store the remainder, which there's no silage in here. I think there's grass bales. There's 60 grass bales in here, which is a little bit ridiculous. There's 11 hay. Some hay ones which didn't quite all go into the mixers. So there's 3 of them at a mixed kind of pattern. And so obviously some more straw, but there's no silage. Silage is all gone. That managed to fit in. So I have stored them in here just for now to sort of keep them out of the way. We will keep going through the mixer as we go, but then in the shed where we just were, I want to store the new bales that the new Heston Baler is going to give me. So we'll eventually move across, but I'm just not going to waste these ones because, well, they're here. We've made them. They're just stored in here, out the way for now. So the food mixer is going to just keep working through the night. We're going to come back home now. It's 3:45 in the afternoon. We're going to go to bed. We're going to wake up tomorrow. And hopefully, the grass should be perfect for cutting. See you in the morning.